Hi everyone, and welcome to the first of our Skills for Work sessions. There's going to be 3 sessions taking place that are aimed to get you back out into the workforce and find the job that you really want for your future. So today we're talking about the National Career Service, which is something we offer here at Leicester College. And to talk all about that is Keisha. Hi Keisha, how's you doing?
Hiya, I'm good, thank you.
Do you want to sort of tell us about yourself and your role at the college?
Yeah, so I am a careers advisor at the college, but I work mostly with adult students, so those who are age 19 and above. So it will be mostly Leicester College students, but we do also work with people external to the college who might be thinking of studying or something like that. So anyone over 19 plus, basically.
Fab. And what sort of thing can the National Career Service offer? I know you've got a presentation, but just as a quick summary, what kind of thing do you
Yeah.
guys offer?
So we help with people to sort of make decisions. So we offer advice and guidance about different course and training options. And also, if anybody's looking for employment or training options, we can speak to them about that as well.
Fab. And I know you've got a little presentation, so I won't talk anymore and I'll let you sort of take it away.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay, can you see this?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So the presentation today is going to be covering searching, applying, and retraining for work. So what we're going to speak about in today's presentation is the best ways that you can search and apply for jobs, how to research different jobs and find out what sort of requirements you need to get employment in a particular job. So what sort of courses or training you might need or what experience they might prefer you to have. And also I'm just going to be speaking about how the National Career Service team can support you. So the National Career Service is a government-funded programme. So although we're at Leicester College Careers Advisors, we work on the National Career Service contract. And as I was saying, we help people to access employment, courses, training, even voluntary work and apprenticeships and things like that as well. So we are an impartial service. We won't speak to you just about courses that are at Leicester College. We can refer you to other providers as well if that course is going to be more suitable. And these are some of the ways that we can help you. So we can speak about suitable course and training options to help you achieve your goals, and speak about sort of what qualifications you already hold and what that might allow you to progress on to. Even if you're from overseas and you've got qualifications that you've done in a different country, we can speak to you, we can do like a comparison to the UK framework and speak to you then about what courses you can access as well. We can support you in searching and applying for employment and training, which I'll speak about. And also for anybody who we work with, we'll always create an action plan. So it just outlines what we've spoken about, what we've covered, and also it will have your next steps that you can take to move forward. So whether that's doing a particular course or doing a little bit of research or doing some voluntary work in a particular area, it will have sort of step-by-step how to move forward. So these are some ways that we can help you with searching and applying for work. So we can help you with creating and updating your CV, whether that's creating a new CV from scratch or if you've got a CV already and you just want it checking to see if it can be improved, or maybe you need to amend your CV to apply for a different kind of job. We can help with things like that. Covering letters and supporting statements we can help with. I know on a lot of job applications, they say that the covering letter is optional, but we usually advise if you can, then to put in a covering letter anyway, because it kind of make your application stand out from the other ones. If it's optional and most people haven't bothered to do the covering letter, whereas your application does, it's going to stand out from the rest of them and it shows a bit more motivation for the job. Supporting statements is when you're filling out a job application and it asks for your skills, experience, and reasons for applying. So we can help with things like that as well. We're not here to write the covering letter and the supporting statements for you, but we can help you by sort of giving you templates and examples for you to use. And then once you've put one together, we can give you some feedback on what you've done and see if any improvements can be made. Also, application form support and interview skills. So we can do interview practice with you and give you a bit of feedback on your answers and things like that. So I've put on here just an example of a typical CV. I'm just going to go through it quickly. Obviously, everybody's CV is really different, but these are the typical sections that you would have on your CV. So you'll see at the top, you've got your name and contact details. We've not gone into too much detail, like their marital status and their date of birth and their full address. That sort of personal information is not necessarily needed on your CV. As long as they can contact you, phone number, email, that should be fine. And this person's put their LinkedIn address as well. So you have your personal profile, which is a bit of information about yourself. And then your achievements or key skills will typically go second here. And in this section, you should really try and put information that's going to be relevant to the job. So if you were going for a job, say in an office, you might put under your achievements or key skills that you've got great IT skills, organisation skills, you're good at working in a team, and you know how to use Microsoft Office packages and stuff like that that's going to be relevant to the job that you're applying for. So your CV should change slightly for each job that you're applying for. It's good practice to sort of tailor it a little bit for the job to make sure that it's relevant. Then you've got your employment section. So starting with the most recent and working backwards, you can see on this one, they've got the employee name, job title, date, and then underneath all of the duties that they've done in that job. So you can see how this section is just really clear and easy to read and the information stands out to you. If you were to be skim reading this CV, you can quite quickly jump to this information without having to read and sort of look for it, which is good. So it's all about layout as well with your CV and just making sure that it's clear and it's easy to read and the information that's important stands out. So we can help with even just like the formatting of your CV if you've got all the information on it. Qualifications, where you studied them and when. Interests, you can keep this section quite short. And then also additional information. This would be stuff that's going to be relevant to the job as well, or it might be helpful to have in the job, such as having a driving license. This one here says multilingual, so they can speak more than one language. That could be helpful as well. And then your references. And they've just said that they've got references available. They're not necessarily putting all of their references contact details on there just to protect their information. There are some job search websites that we quite often refer people to. So these are some good ones. You've got the government's Find a Job website, Indeed, Total Jobs, CV Library, LinkedIn, which is all about networking, and it's laid out a little bit like Facebook. People post stuff on there and you can change your profile to say if you're looking for work or not. And if you are, then you'll see vacancies and stuff on there as well. I've also put companies' website. So on these job search websites, such as Indeed and Total Jobs, it's always create a profile on there. So rather than just going on and applying for one job and then one job and one job on another website, you should go on, create a profile and create an account and add all of your information on there. So it's your personal information. You can add on your CV as well and your covering letter. And once you've got that account and that profile, when you are going to apply for jobs on that website, some of them will literally just be the click of a button. You just click apply and it will automatically send them your CV and your contact details and everything like that. There will also be jobs on there that you've got to fill out. It will take you to the company's website and you fill out an application form. But once you've got that account, it does make it easier for a lot more jobs that you apply for. Also, when you're searching on the company's website, not every company will advertise their job on these websites. So it's good to also search. So you might just Google boots jobs or high cross jobs or whatever company it is, Asda, what you're looking for, and go onto their website and go onto their job or careers page. So I'm going to show you an example of how you can sort of find out what skills or what qualifications you need to get into a particular job. So if this opens, so this is our website, National Career Service, and you can explore careers. So I'm just going to, for example, go on administrator. There's loads of different jobs that you can find on here, and I'll just show you how you can use it. So admin assistant, office administrator. So this website will give you an overview of a particular job, and also it will let you know how you can get into that job if you wanted to find out a bit more information. So it says, for example, if you want to do administration, office work, you could do a college course, you could do an apprenticeship, you can also work towards this role or apply directly. So it tells you, it breaks it down. If you were to go to college, this website will tell you what subjects are relevant. So it's saying you could do level 2 or 3 diploma in business administration here. It also tells you what you might need to get onto those courses, so GCSEs. You could also do an apprenticeship, which is where you're working and learning at the same time. We do have an apprenticeship team at the college as well. If it's something that you're interested in, you can contact with them. Also, you can start on a temporary contract with an agency doing business administration and to get into this job. And if you did want to volunteer to try and get a career in admin, it tells you here where you could volunteer. So you might want to work in a charity, in an office-based role, or something like that. And also, you can just apply directly. So it says employers may expect you to have GCSEs in English and maths, and also telephone typing and IT skills. So if you haven't got the business administration qualification, you might still be able to apply directly with this. It will also show you what sort of skills you need in this job and what you'll do in this job. So this part of the website I find quite useful for tailoring CVs. So as I was saying earlier, on your CV, in the key skills and achievements section, you want it to be relevant to the job you're applying for. So you might come onto this website to have a look what sort of skills and knowledge are needed in a particular job. And if you've got those skills, you can include them on your key skills on your CV. So things like administration skills, attention to detail, working well with others, and things like that. Also using Microsoft software packages, that these would all be good for admin work. And also your duties and responsibilities. Again, good to use for your CV if you've done admin work before and you need to write about that job on your CV. Sometimes it's hard to think about everything that you did in that job, especially if it's an old job that you're speaking about from a long time ago. So you can come to this website and get some ideas what to put under your duties and responsibilities. So you can say you dealt with crows on the phone, you worked on reception, things like that. Okay, and also career progression, so it will tell you what you can progress on. Just going to go back to my So that's the National Career Service website. You go on to Explore Careers and you can find loads of jobs on there. I'm just going to speak to you about some of the courses that we've got at the college that could be helpful for you to get back into work as well. So all of these courses are free if you're receiving job seekers allowance, universal credit or employment support allowance. And a lot of them, they're also free if you're employed and you're on a low income. So if you're working part-time and you're earning less than £17,000 a year, often a lot of these courses are free as well. So I've highlighted here English, maths and IT, because I would say we usually recommend these courses for people because they're helpful for everyone really. A lot of jobs will ask you for English and maths level 2 or GCSE level. So if you haven't already got those qualifications from school or not done them yet, then it's a good idea to try and get those qualifications up to level 2, and you'll have a lot more options for work and a lot more jobs that you're meeting the requirements for. And of course, IT. IT is used in a lot of jobs. A lot of jobs you're going to be using a computer, especially with people working from home these days. And also, even when you're looking for jobs, a lot of it is going to be online. So if you're comfortable using a computer, it's going to make the job search process a lot easier as well. So I'm not going to go through all of these courses because I know that my colleague Ian is doing a session about City Skills Centre courses next week. But the City Skills Centre, it's a Leicester College campus that's based on Charles Street in town. And a lot of these courses are short courses that there are just a few weeks, or some of them are part-time. And there's things like preparing to work in schools and working in adult social care. Also, the CSCS construction card course is quite popular there. And they do a few employability courses as well, like interview skills and employability. So if you're interested in any of these courses, and they have got a lot more than what's on here as well, you can get in contact with them, and their contact number is just on there. I'll give you a minute just to read that. Okay, these are some other courses that we have at the college, level 2 distance learning courses. So these have been really popular this year, especially with people working from home and just being at home. So for these courses, you study from home. You don't need to come into college or anything like that. You'll be put in contact with a tutor, but a lot of it is self-guided learning. So they're all level 2 certificates, although it's not a full diploma. They are recognised qualifications, and they can look really good on your CV that you've done like a bit of extra studies. And they can also give you some good skills to work in a job if you're looking for work in a new area or something like that. So we've got things like customer service, health and social care, counselling skills, business administration level 2. Again, that's like I was saying earlier, that's good for office jobs and administration work. Team leading, caring for children and young people, and again, loads more than what's on this list. So you can find these on our website by clicking onto Leicester College and then distance learning courses. And also a lot of these, if you're an adult age 19 and above, generally these are free as well. So that's another benefit of these ones. There's a lot more courses that we do at the college that are full-time courses. These ones will start in September. And again, you can find them all on our website, so I won't go through all of them too much, but you can see here some examples. The Access to Higher Education course, the first one here, we have this course in different subjects: access to business, access to health and social care, healthcare professions, access to science, or computing. And it's basically a level 3 course that's 1 year. And it's an adult-only course, and it helps you progress into university. So that's a good course to consider if you want to go on to higher education. And then all of these other subjects that we've got on here as well. Wanted to mention as well about free adult courses, because I know for a lot of adults, what puts them off coming back into education and doing their studies is the fees. And they think, oh, it's going to be expensive, so I'm not going to go for it. There's a lot of courses actually that are free, or that you can get some sort of fee remission if you're unemployed or if you're on a low income. So English and maths is always going to be free as long as you've not already achieved your GCSE A to C. And as long as you've been in the UK for 3 years. So English and maths up to level 2, free for everyone. Distance learning courses that I mentioned just then, they're also free. Any courses up to and including level 2, it says here they're free if you're unemployed and receiving benefits, or if you're employed and you're on a low income, so you're earning less than £17,000 a year, then those courses will be free as well. Once you get to level 3, there's other loans that you can get and things like that. From April this year, the government's launched this National Skills Fund. So it's a new fund that covers loads of level 3 courses, and it means that they're free for adults. For any level 3 courses that don't fall into this National Skills Fund, there's the Advanced Learner Loan that you can take out. And the Advanced Learner Loan is basically, it's very similar to the student loan that people get when you go to university. It comes from Student Finance England, and you pay it back in the same way that you pay back the student loan. So not until you're earning more than, I think it's around £27,000 a year at the moment. So this is something that we can speak to you about as well if you're unsure, but we do have a welfare team at the college that know a lot more about fees and funding and what you might be entitled to. So I've just included their contact details at the bottom there as well. Voluntary work. So this is again something that could be really helpful to get you back into work. It's particularly helpful for people who have been unemployed for a long time. So you might have a really long gap on your CV where you haven't been employed. And they do say that it makes it harder to find a job when you've been unemployed for a long time. So that's where voluntary work would come in handy. Or even if you're looking for a career change and you want to get a job in the area that you've not really worked in before, voluntary work could be a good step in that direction to get some experience and things like that. So it says here, it gives you work experience to put on your CV. It also can increase your confidence, develop the skills that you need to then go on to paid work. And there's some websites that I've included here. The first one is an organisation called Voluntary Action Leicester. And they're based in the city centre, and they can help you to search and apply for voluntary jobs, and also doit.org. So you can find vacancies on these websites as well. And if you do want any support with that, of course, you can come and speak to us and we can help you with that process. So I've just put here how you can get in contact with the careers team. So if you go onto the Leicester College website, under student support and career service, there's an online form that you can fill out and ask an advisor to get in contact with you. Or you can scan this QR code here. So you can request, we're working from home at the moment, so you can request for us to contact you by email or by phone, or even a video call on Microsoft Teams or Zoom or something like that. However you'd prefer to speak with us, you can let us know when you fill out that form. And we'll always get in contact with you within 3 working days, but it usually is before then. Alternatively, you can contact us here. This is our email address and our contact numbers. So also, as well as myself, my colleague Matt is also a careers advisor that works with adults. So there's 2 of us who work on this team. Okay, so I'm just going to go back over to Ashton, see if we've got any questions.
Fantastic, thank you so much. That was really good. I mean, obviously, applying for a job is always difficult, no matter sort of what stage of your life you're in. Writing a CV or a cover letter can literally feel like the most difficult thing in the world. So it's really nice that people can go and get a helping hand with that. So I've got a couple of questions for you. If anyone is watching, does have any questions, they can pop them in the comments and we'll answer those for you as well. So you've talked a little bit about sort of the free options for courses and stuff, but do people have to pay to sort of have the NCS help them?
No, not to get the support from a careers advisor, no. So it's a free service that we provide. Like I said, it's funded by the government and the Education Skills Funding Agency, so it's free for everyone.
Fantastic. So if someone is sort of trying to start their journey, maybe they've sort of been made redundant or they're still furloughed, because right now it's a very hard time for a lot of people, what would you
Yeah.
suggest like the first step of going out and finding a job? Because it could be people's first time applying in years, per se.
Yeah, definitely. I would say the first step is really getting a good CV and a covering letter together. So definitely, if you've just left work, I imagine you need to update your CV as well and put your most recent job on there and stuff like that. So that would be the first step. And like you say, a lot of people, they've been working for so long that they just haven't applied for a job for a long time. And you used to be able to go and just give out your CV to anybody by hand, which is obviously not the case these days. So just getting that together, and also, like I was saying, get yourself registered on a job search website and create a profile on there with your CV.
Amazing. And is there sort of like a point that people should come to you? Should they come to you before they've started anything, or would you recommend they try and write a CV before they sort of come and ask you for help? Or what would you
At any point, yeah, we get loads of different people at different stages. Some people, they need a completely new CV from scratch, in which case it might still be helpful to come to us first because we've got templates and stuff like that that they can use. And also, some people have already finished their CV and they might send it to us just to check it, and that's also fine.
Amazing. I know you covered this a little bit earlier on, but do people who are not students at Leicester College still have access to yourself and your team?
Yeah, yeah. So again, because it's government funded, there are people that aren't students at the college that can still use our service. That's perfectly fine. And like I was saying, even if you're not interested in doing a course at Leicester College, we're impartial. So we're not here just to try and encourage you to get onto Leicester College courses or speak to you just about that. We can speak to you about whatever it is that's going to be most beneficial for you.
Cool. And so the last couple of questions I have. So, you obviously mentioned a couple of websites, but just in case people sort of weren't here, where should people start looking for those job vacancies?
You can look on the government's Find a Job website, and also job search websites like Indeed and Total Jobs. There's loads of them out there, Monster. But as well as making a profile and looking on those job search websites, you can go directly to the company. If there's a certain company that you want to work for, you might just type the company's name into Google, find the page that shows their list of jobs, and go through it that way as well, because they won't all advertise on those job search websites.
Cool. So the last question I have for you, so just can you reiterate one more time where people can contact you and how they can get in contact with you?
You can go on the Leicester College website under College Life, Student Support, and then it says Careers Team. So you can click on that page. It's got loads of information about the Careers Team, and as well, it's got a form. There you go, perfect. It's got a form on that page that you can fill out with your contact details. And also on that form, just let us know how you'd prefer to be contacted, and we'll do so within 3 days.
Fantastic. Well, I'll leave this up for anyone who is trying to write that down very quickly. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for joining me, Keisha. I hope this was helpful to people who are watching at home. We have a session next Thursday at 4 p.m, which is all about CVs, covering letters, and also about our City Skills Centre. So do join us for that one. If you want a reminder, you can sign up on our website and we'll send you a reminder and a link to the live stream before it happens, just in case you forget. And then in 2 weeks' time, we're talking about job interviews, jobs of finding a job, and also about apprenticeships. And we're joined by Matt, who's the other half of Keisha's team, a couple of our careers team, and our apprenticeship team as well. So there'll be lots of people to talk to on that day. But thank you guys again for watching us. Thank you for joining me again, Keisha. And
Thank you.
See you. Bye.
Yeah, hope to hear from some of you soon. All right. Bye.